Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday night stamp therapy. A little technical difficulty getting going today, and so I feel a little bit flustered. I'm also feeling unprepared. Oh my gosh, but if you have been tuning in, then you know that sometimes I'm a little last minute. How are you guys doing today? Speaking of last minute, today is the very last day to sign up for the March Paper Pumpkin. Here's your sneak peeks. Beyond the Horizon, we're going to have some watercolor looks going on. We have a special box and a very free extra stamp set. So that's kind of super incredible. Are you guys signed up to get this kit? I'm really excited about it. Today is the last day. If you haven't subscribed yet, it is something like $23 a month plus tax. You can sign up at tinyurl.com/getpaperpumpkin. And that's how you're going to get to the website where you can subscribe to get this paper pumpkin. So I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too, especially free stamps. So this is a second stamp set. There'll be a regular stamp set and then the bonus one they're showing us, which looks really cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys are here today. Nice to see everybody sharing where they're from. I love that. I live in Champaign, Illinois, which is central Illinois, a couple hours south of Chicago, and like an hour from the Indiana border. And I have lots of cornfields, lots of cornfields around me. I'm ready for springtime, and I feel like it's coming really quick. The kids are on spring break. I'm super excited about that. And so we're going to play with some butterflies today. Now, if you follow my YouTube channel, you probably have seen the Great Big Card Swap. I got all my stuff is such a mess on here. Let's pull this out. Great Big Card Swap. I got this awesome card from Maureen Goshi, and it had this little pop-up inside, and I haven't made a card like this in a while, so I thought we would give that a try tonight. Instead of turtles, we're going to use butterflies because my original tutorial, I wish I had a date on this, used butterflies. I made a card just like this, and you can find this on my blog. I'll put the link in the video description when we're all done. It's a printable tutorial that has the measurements, and this stamp set is old, but like the instructions are all the same. So today I cut some things out and got some things ready to make a card. The current butterfly stamp set that we have is called Butterfly Brilliance, and this is one giant stamp. It's gigantic. One giant stamp with all the butterflies. And then the coordinating die set has one big die to die cut all those butterflies at once. Plus it has some detailed dies to cut detailed butterflies. It's a really big die set, actually. Now, you might have this because it was a pre-release last year, and it's in the annual catalog right now. And if you like butterflies, it's kind of a fun one to have because you can layer them in so many fun different ways. And so what I did was I just stamped a whole bunch. I stamped some, I'll show you, it's kind of crazy. I stamped some on designer paper. I stamped some on white. I stamped some on pale papaya. I just like made a whole bunch. And for the front of the card, I was kind of inspired by this class plan from Stampin' Up's Bundle Focus program. I know I keep talking about it. I feel like every single week, but I just love these like clean and simple ideas. So I'm kind of going for like this card front, and then we're going to have this pop-up on the inside. So I've got some pieces ready to go. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to grab some words. I'm going to have to grab some words really quick from my cabinet. So talk amongst yourselves. I won't be gone that long, but tell me, do you have the Butterfly Brilliance bundle? Do you guys have that one? Okay, I picked one out. I really like this one. It's called Inspired Thoughts, and I actually haven't used it very much. I've used it just a little bit. It comes bundled with a tree stamp in the annual catalog, but I like this one because it has some two parts. So I want to definitely have 2 parts on this card. And so let's see what we want. Thinking of you on your special day. Make a difference. Let's see. I actually have a sympathy card. These butterflies might be nice for that. What's the inside? Right there. Yeah. Oh, that sheltering you. That sort of sounds like the tree that came with this set. Okay, maybe we'll go with thanks so much, and you make a difference every day. I will do something else for my sympathy card. Actually, I have several sympathy cards that I need to make. It looks like those are the 2 stamps that I used before. That's awesome. Okay, I'll include some item numbers in the video description. So if you're interested in the products that I'm showing you today, then you can get those in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. Okay, so we got some words, we got some butterflies. Now, I'm going to talk you through this, but I already did this ahead of time. Susan, I see your comment. What time do you start? I'm supposed to start at 7:10 p.m. Central Time, but sometimes I'm running late. So if you feel like you're not always catching me at the right time, that might be why. I'm sorry. It is still, even though it's March, a New Year's resolution of mine to be on time and to be more organized. I'm still working on it. I'm sorry. I'm perfectly imperfect and kind of always running late. So Susan, we're just getting started though, so you haven't missed anything. We're glad that you're here. Okay. So I already did this ahead of time, but I'm going to talk through what the instructions say, and I'll put this in the video description when we're all done. So this piece, this white piece, is 7.5 inches by 4 3/4. And I have scored or folded in half at 3 3/4 inches. And then I used a ruler and a pencil. Grab a little ruler. To measure 2.5 inches, and I made a mark, and 2.5 inches, and I made a mark, and 2.5 inches, and I made a mark, and then I scored from those marks to each other. So I did that all ahead of time, and I also did the creasing because that is going to come forward. And you want to get a good crease on this, so I would definitely use something like a bone folder to really get your creases nice and crisp. Okay, so that is going to be the center pop-up piece. I'm going to put this aside, but I promise I'll link that up in the video description for you to download so you have that as your reference. For the main part of the card, I'm using Pale Papaya, and then I've got a piece of the hand-penned floral designer paper. I really just loved this soft pattern. This paper in particular has a lot of really great B-sides. I always call them B-sides, right? Because they're not like the main. I'm gonna get this out really quick. It's not the main, not the main pattern, but like the second side that has sort of the monochromatic pattern. So we've got some really great colors here. The soft pastels, pink and yellow and green. There's also a really pretty, there's the other two. Highland Heather and the mint macaron. So beautiful. This hand-penned floral is going to retire from the annual catalog. I'm just saying that because usually all of the designer paper retires. So I think it's a pretty good assumption that this will as well. Now, the retiring or the last chance list is going to be posted in 2 weeks on March 23rd, later in the afternoon, I think. So watch for that and definitely get your favorites before they're gone, because after the retiring list is posted, then it's like while supplies last. So if you are eyeing, and really want to get like another package of your favorite paper, then I would advise taking a look at that right now before things sell out and then you're sad. I will say though that typically when the last chance list is posted, sometimes things are on sale. So I understand that you might want to wait and see what's on sale before you make your last bit of purchases. So in that case, just be ready to shop. Make out your list of the things that you really love and then see what's on sale and fill out your shopping cart accordingly. But I would be ready to shop right away so that you don't miss out on those favorites before they're gone. All right, I added the designer paper with some Stampin' Seal, and now I'm going to add these detailed die cuts with some liquid glue. And I've used the same color, Pale Papaya, as the card base because I really just wanted this to kind of be like just a subtle kind of layer on here. I hate liquid glue because it's so messy, but for detailed die cuts like this, it is my favorite adhesive. I'm a messy person. I also use about 30 napkins when I eat dinner. Okay, not 30 napkins, but I'm definitely like a multiple napkin user. Okay, now I was inspired by that card. Let me show you again that Stampin' Up! Did here. And so I'm not following things exactly, but I do have a die cut. I should have spaced out my butterflies a little more because I'm covering it all up, aren't I? We might have to cut that down a little. Actually, I had some pre-cut pieces, so maybe we'll just switch back and use one of those. So these are just some cardstock pieces. Maybe you guys will have to let me know what you think. So this one is Calypso Coral, although to me it really looks darker like terracotta tile, but all of my cardstock looks like that. So unless I got a whole package mixed up, which is possible, or the Night of Navy. I kind of like the navy and the papaya, but I also really like the Calypso Coral. So let me know what you think. Okay, so then I have so many options tonight. I think I'm going to go with the white butterfly that's stamped. So here it is with the Pale Papaya and the navy, or we can do the coral and the navy. While you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to stamp my words. And I am going to use some, oh, you guys are split. You're split so far. Catherine says navy, Janice says coral. I think I'm going to stamp the words in navy. So there it is over here. All right. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's tight, but I think it's going to fit. Should have started with a bigger piece. Okay. Bigger piece it is. Well, let's try this again. There. That's better. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim and kind of get it a little bit tighter here. Hi, Lisa. Hey. Okay, so we're working on this card. And we're trying to decide between the navy and the coral. Annette says blue, Tammy says navy, Tony says navy, Tina says coral, Carmen says coral, Joe says navy. I think we've got more navies. So let's see what that looks like. I think it's really pretty. I like the dark color with the, isn't that pretty? We're definitely going to need some kind of embellishment here though, because I feel like it is a little bit plain. So we'll have to get out some gems. What do we have? Like, well, I'm feeling like maybe some of these genial gems. I really like those a lot. I also have some Those are kind of pretty. It's like several packages. I'm trying to remember what those are called. Are they called like the elegant faceted gems? They might be. Okay, well, let's glue this down and then we can add some gems. I think I'm out of iridescent rhinestones, Catherine, but that is a good idea. They are so gorgeous. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals underneath the words to pop it up from the butterfly. And then I'm also going to put some underneath the navy and pop them up from the card base. Oh, champagne jewels would be a nice choice as well. You guys always have such great ideas. All right, I want to make sure that my butterfly wing is inside of the card, like that. Okay, but doesn't that look really good? I love that color with pale papaya. And these are so pretty too. I like these white ones. Let's use some of these. So the elegant faceted, whatever these are called, has 3 different colors. There's sort of like an opaque white, and then like that sort of like champagne, cloudy, pale color, and then a clear as well. So really, I think any of them would work well. I'm kind of liking the, kind of like the white ones. Well, I don't know. The clear. Oh, geez. I do like this color a little bit. Let's see what we think of that. One, two, three. Okay, I like it. Let's go with it. So for the inside of the card, we're going to have this pop-up piece. And the butterfly is going to stick only to this, this side, right? So we want to be very careful and strategic about only putting adhesive on that side of the butterfly. So I'm gonna use a little bit of liquid glue and keep it only in that center part so that it doesn't, just making sure we definitely don't want any here because we don't want that whole thing to glue closed. And then when it folds closed, it falls within our card still, so we're good there. This is the largest of the butterflies in that Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. Okay, and then I picked out some words for over here that says you make a difference every day. Because we just put everything on the card, I'm going to make sure that it's nice and straight. The last thing I want is for it to be, although I kind of do want to do like a little, like a thing. Let's try doing a thing. I'm going to stamp you make a difference every day and punch it out with one of my favorites, the Label Me Fancy punch, that one. And I want to add a little bit of that designer paper again, just to kind of like dress up the inside a little bit more. Oh, you know what? This this ink is smearing a little bit. I'm going to try again. I put my finger in it when I was punching. Okay, and then that designer paper. Let's just grab like, I'm not even going to make it fancy. I'm just going just do a quick cut. I think I'm going to put it on this side so that there's writing over here. I don't know. I like it right there. And then we can write on this side if we want to write a bigger message. What do you think? Karen, to answer your question, the retiring list comes out on March 23rd. So 2 weeks from today. Very soon. I can hardly believe it. So what does that mean? If you shop with me regularly, if you've ordered more than $50 in the last year, then you'll get a catalog from me. And I guess I'm going to add dimension on this. I wasn't even thinking. You'll get a catalog in the mail from me. They'll be mailed in the middle of April, and the new catalog will start at the beginning of May. I think on May 3rd. All right, I'm going to close this so that I know where to put the adhesive, because that would that would be bad if I put adhesive on this part here. So close it up so you know where to put the adhesive when it's closed. And I'm trying to go right inside the fold. And then I can add more adhesive. Close the card. You make a difference every day. Thanks so much. Oh, I love it. I'm going to peel it though. Oh. I feel like it is not quite all the way to the fold, and there's some gapping. Okay. Welcome to a Facebook Live with Julie. I'm always peeling my cards apart and fixing them. Real tight on the fold, and then I'm just trying to center from top to bottom. Man, sometimes there's such pressure being live. Okay, I feel good about this one. Oh, we still have a gap there. I think it is what it is. Like, I'm not peeling it apart again. It was probably fine the first time, and I'm just being picky. Okay, finished card. Hooray! I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I hope you do too. So again, I was inspired by that class plan from Stampin' Up. This one right here. I changed up the colors. And also this project that I did a few years ago and then received that swap card that inspired me to try it again. So I'll put the link to both of these in the video description when we're all done, so you can check that out and print them out and kind of make your own version of this card as well. Maybe a little more right there. Okay, let's move on and make another card. I've got like a little bit of a mess. I feel like I need to tidy up real quick. All right. So next up is a card with a new bundle. Still tidying. Get those out of the way. Okay, next up, I'm using a new stamp set called Greenhouse. What's it called? Garden Greenhouse on page 28. And I love this. I love this stamp set. I love the bright colors and the samples. And so I wanted to make a card with this stamp set. I'm actually making some cards for team members. who had some really awesome sales last month. And so we're going to bust this out. And I was inspired by this one, but I'm kind of changing up the colors and making it a full card because this looks like a square card to me. But that was my inspiration. I'm inspired a lot by the catalog. So I cut some cardstock, and we're going to use some of this Heart and Home designer paper. I think we're going to use it on our next card too. So I'm going to show you all the different patterns in this paper. But we are going to put a whole card front of that designer paper of this pattern. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm using the thick white cardstock for my card base so that I don't have to add a layer. You know, if we're going to add it onto something and you're not going to see the front of it, then it might as well be white, because then you can use the inside to write on. So I am going to add that here. And then on the white piece, I'm going to stamp the greenhouse and also the leaves. So we're going to start with the leaves and then stamp the greenhouse over it. You caser, you. I am a caser. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I love taking inspiration from other things. I think that is natural for whatever you're doing, right? Whether you're cooking or crafting. Well, really, I mean, honestly, with everything, right? How many times do we ask our friends for, you know, what shows they're watching, what books they're reading? And in a way, that's kind of casing too, isn't it? I love it. Okay. So I'm using soft seafoam for the leaves back here, and then I'm going to do this greenhouse in dark green over the top. And I've not made this card before, so, you know, I mean, hopefully it all turns out. Off the bat, I'm thinking that soft seafoam does not look very dark. Oh my gosh, the whole middle of it didn't stamp. Well, that's not a good look, is it? Huh. Okay, I guess we're trying it again. I have an idea to fix it. We're going to start, maybe I'm going to try to just like get that extra inked up so we have a nice, like, darker. That's a little better maybe. All right, I'm going to use the foam pad, but I think what actually might help. All right, we'll try the foam pad first, and then I was thinking of turning it upside down, but I think what we really just need to do is make sure that we're having good pressure in the center here. And sometimes I'll try to get the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of rub it on the back to make sure those center parts are really hitting the paper. Okay, hey, we did pretty good there. We're still missing a couple lines, and so we're going to get out a marker. This is the same color, the garden green, and I'm going to eyeball it to finish the design. Ta-da! Not perfect, but it works. I'm going to use pale papaya again because, well, honestly, I really like it when my cards match at the end of the night. So I'm going to add some pale papaya flowers. I honestly can't see where all these flowers are supposed to go in here, so I'm guessing. I'm doing a lot of guessing here. Okay, and then we have a piece of pale papaya to go for the sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that in garden green. Hope your day is just right. I love that. I mean, I hope it's really awesome, but I also hope it's just right. I hope it's not bad. All right, and then I have some die cuts. These came from the same set. I just cut them out ahead of time. Let's bring our card back in. You know what? We have a little bit of white showing. Just gonna do a quick little trim in the paper trimmer just to cut that. I just like shaved just a little bit off, maybe at the bottom as well. Such a perfectionist. Okay. So on our card, we're going to have our greenhouse and our banner. And we're going to tuck those in there. What do you think? I kind of like it. Definitely want to add some twine though. So let's wrap the twine around and I'm going to tie it on before we put this part on the card. Now I am, you guys know, a very simple stamper. I don't usually like go overboard with lots of details and die cuts and things, but you could add more stamped images and die cut things here if you want to add more layers and detail to your card. I think that's the beauty, right, of card making, is that you can kind of do your style. You can step it up, you can simplify. Okay, I added the twine, and because I added the twine, I want to put this one on Stampin' Dimensionals. And so I'm going to add that to the back. One in the middle and all four sides. Oh, Adrian, thank you so much for sharing. I hope you guys are enjoying the projects that we're making tonight. This is going to go over to the side, to the right a little bit. I often do that. I put to one side or another instead of centering. I just think that it's more pleasing to the eye sometimes when it's off center and your brain kind of divides it up into different sections. So this is going to go on with dimensionals as well. I think we're going to just add that over the top. I'm not sure why I was inspired to get the garden greenhouse. I just loved the sort of simplicity of the images and that I like things that are easy to stamp and bold. And so this definitely fit that bill. Now we're going to add the die cuts, and for this, since I already have the tag on with dimensionals, I'm going to do this with some glue dots. So I'm just going to add the die cut to the glue dot and then peel it off and kind of tuck it in. I feel like it needs something. I'm going to bring in those genial gems again and just add, I'm going to add them kind of to the leaves. Maybe as like little flower buds. I love the way that turned out. I'm gonna just make those loops a little bigger. Hope your day is just right. There's that set again. And I want to do something on the inside. Let's add some more words, and then we can also add some flowers. So this one says, "A friendship nurtured in love blooms forever." Oh, that is sweet. That's going to go right in the center. I know I just talked about not centering things. And then I'm going to add some of the pale papaya flowers. So sweet. So sweet. I do love that. Okay, there is card number 2. We're going to take a quick mail call break because I'm afraid if I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget. There are so many times when I am doing a video and then I've got the cards set aside and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that next, and then I forget about it. And at the end of the video, I'm like, oh no, I never showed those cards. Right now I'm looking for my, there it is, my chamois. I have to clean one of these stamps because I need the block for the next card. Oh, okay. So, mail call. I love getting mail from you guys. This card came from Vicky Stuckey-Meyer congratulating me on hitting my 900,000 milestone. It's so cute. We actually have a kit for this card. It used to be a paper pumpkin, and now it's available as a kit, and I think it's one of the $12 kits. So if you love the look of this, make sure to check that out in my online store, juliedavison.com/shop. It has some sticky die cuts and then some different words and banners that you can use. Such an awesome kit. Vicky, thank you so much for your card and for thinking of me. You're just the best. I also got a card from Kimberly Barbish, and oh my gosh, you guys, Kimberly always has such amazing cards. This one is for hitting the 20,000 subscriber milestone on YouTube. Check out this fun fold. Oh my goodness, you are amazing. Kimberly, you're amazing. I love this Sunshine and Rainbows designer paper. And this Rainbow of Happiness stamp set. Isn't this card just like, what? I was going to attempt this, but I just did not have the time today to get things cut out. But Kimberly has some instructions. And so I'm going to put this on the screen for you, and I'll do a little pause so you can do a screenshot. I will try to show this card sometime. There's a lot of cutting and a lot of scoring. Now here's your screenshot for the words. I hope you guys know how to screenshot. Such an awesome card, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So amazing. Okay, I've got some different things in there, so hopefully you were able to screenshot the instructions on this incredible, I don't even know what you call this, incredible card. Does she have a name that I missed? No, just awesome. It's the awesome card. Kimberly, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I was also so blessed to receive extra cards during the Great Big Card Swap. Some of you sent doubles in for me, and I showed them on Tuesday, but I just want to show them again and give an extra shout out to everybody who sent extra cards. This month, the theme for the Great Big Card Swap is animals. So all of these cards are animal-themed cards. The first one is from Linda Vanderspool. I love this one with the cute little walruses and the picture this dies. This one just made me so happy. Thank you so much, Linda. Here's one with a cute cow from Sylvia Cantu. Oh my goodness. I love the polka dot background, and the gingham ribbon with the black and white is just so perfect for the cows. I love it. Check out this one. This is from Joan Talent, and she used the old retired curly label punch to create the background. So this is just different label punches punched out, and I just thought that was so clever to make a giraffe background. Like, it's so perfect. You're just so clever, Joe. Thank you so much. This last card was a double. This one is from Roz Bansi, and she created this pop-up diorama. So when you open it up, it has this dimension here, and then like 3 different layers, the background, and then this inside layer with the pop-up and the front piece. I can't wait to copy and paste this card. Oh my goodness, I have some ideas, especially I'm thinking like with the rainbows. I cannot wait to play with that bundle. Some of you have been asking me about the next card class and what bundle I am featuring. And I was thinking about doing the Rainbow of Happiness bundle, but I have been keeping an eye on the inventory because right now the dies are not available. So let me know if you would like to see a class with the rainbows, and I'm going to keep an eye on the inventory and see if we don't do it this month, maybe next month. So maybe we'll do a rainbow pop-up like that. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for all your awesome cards. You just truly make my make my day. It's so amazing to get your awesome cards. And I know that I feel happy when I get cards. And so I hope that you're sending some happy mail too. I got these Post-it notes made up to put inside cards. And the whole idea is that you don't sign the card and you leave it blank so that whoever you send it to can send it on and bless someone else. I'll read the poem and I'll include the text in the video description. It says, I didn't sign this card before I sent it on to you, although it holds my warmest thoughts, invisible but true. So if you find you need to brighten someone else's day, just take this card and sign it and send it on its way. I love it. I hope that you're sending lots of cards. In fact, leave a comment right now and tell me what was the last time that you sent a card and what kind of card was it? Are you sending birthday cards, thinking of you, sympathy, get well, maybe just because, or St. Patrick's Day? So leave a comment. Let me know what is the last card that you sent and what kind of card was it. And I will pick a random person and I will send you a pad of these Post-it notes with the poems on it, so you can use that in your card making coming up. So leave a comment. I'm going to do a winner on YouTube and a winner on Facebook, specifically for the people who answer this question. So make sure that you answer that question. When was the last time you sent a card? What kind of card was it? And I'll pick a random person in the next day or so, and and pick somebody to send a card and Post-it notes to. Okay, one more card, you guys. Next up, we're going to use the Blessings of Home stamp set. And this is the paper I wanted to show you. So the Heart and Home Designer paper is in the January through June mini catalog. And I actually have a couple product shares left over. One of them is just the paper, and the other one is all the stuff, the embellishments and the ribbons. So if you wanted a product share for the mini catalog, which is like a sample of everything, then let me know. Reach out to me because I had a couple people that didn't pay, and so I had these leftover pieces. So I'm going to pull from this to show you this Heart and Home Designer paper because I have samples of it that are all cut. So let's pull that out and take a look. This is 6 by 6, but it normally is a 12 by 12 paper. So I just cut it down for the product share. And I really love the colors in this paper. I find them to be really unique. Like the cinnamon cider is one that I just don't use a lot. And I kind of like it with the pale papaya and the fresh freesia and garden green. And then some misty moonlight or night of navy there. Isn't that gorgeous? And then what's interesting about this paper is the back side of all of them is wood grain. We have like a basic gray wood grain. They're all different wood grains on white. I think that's so kind of an interesting way to do the paper. But also it's really beautiful. So I have some samples. Let me show you really quick. So some of these cards we made as make and takes at the Onstage event that Stampin' posted in November. So like this was one of the make and takes from Onstage. This was a card that I made. This one was from Cindy Malone. This one from Margot Richardson. And then the last two were also Onstage make and takes that we made. So beautiful. I really like this a lot more than I thought I would, honestly. Well, so today's card we're going to make with this designer paper and with the Blessings of Home stamp set. And I was actually inspired by a card that I saw on Stampin' Up's Facebook page. And I think it's a Stampin' Up project, but it might be an artisan project. I saved the picture and I don't see an artisan name on it. So, it's hard to say, but I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock for the card base, and then that wood grain paper. And this is where I need that black again. I'm going to use the really big stamp, and let's peel off and switch it over. And I have to put this away before I lose it. Here's my stamp set. Okay, so I'm going to use some cinnamon cider ink, which, like, again, I would not think to use, especially for flowers, but with this sweet, I just love the way that it works. So are you a fan of cinnamon cider? This color is one that's retiring, and I'm not particularly fond of it, but I have heard of many people who are saying they're so sad that it's going to retire and they're going to really miss it. And I thought, well, what am I missing? Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that. So that's going to just kind of be a little bit of background. And then to cover that up, we're going to have a piece of that designer paper. And then some die cut flowers with the Misty Moonlight. And so I'm going to get out this one. And I think I'm going to do it twice. This one. Maybe I'll do them both at the same time and we'll see. So for this, I'm going to use, I'm going to get out my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now this one is on sale right now in March 2022, and you can get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for 20% off. So if you've been thinking about getting the little machine, it's good for beginners if you don't have a die cutting machine yet, but it's also really great if you are traveling, if you like to go to crafts, or just take your stamping supplies with you. I know someone who's going to visit family, and so she wants to bring some things but doesn't want anything really bulky. Now, I have to tell you that this is very common, and especially I think when it's new, and I think it might have something to do with the plates being, a little roughed up or rather clean. But sometimes I have a hard time with it not catching. Like this, I cannot get it to go through. So what I have found is either staggering the plates or actually kind of tipping it a little bit so that one corner is going through first really helps it to catch and go through a lot better. So if you're having some trouble with your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and it's not catching the pleats, then that's what I would suggest, is tilting it just a little bit so that one corner is going through and catching on the machine. So give that a try. If you're still having problems, definitely, if you bought it from me, reach out to me, or if if you're a demonstrator and you're having some problems with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you can reach out to Stampin' Up for assistance. But that is definitely something that I found is specific to the mini machine, and an issue that I don't usually hear about or have with the bigger machine. So I just wanted to mention it because I know a lot of you are getting that little machine this month. So if you have some problems, try doing that and see if that helps. Okay, let's bring our card back in. We've got some die cuts now that I want to kind of add on either side. Maybe we need to just do one or add. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this one because I want to have like a spray on the top and bottom like that. Ooh, I'm gonna like this. Okay, next up we're gonna do some embossing. on the cinnamon cider card. And let's get our stamp set back out. For this one, we can get through anything together. What are our options here? What a beautiful day for love. Thank you. Oh, I like thank you for inspiring me. So let's put this back in here and get out this one. Thank you for inspiring me. And I want to do some embossing. So let's get our block out. And I just realized I forgot to set up my heat tool. So I'm going to have to plug that in really quick. But that's okay. So we're using cinnamon cider cardstock. And we're going to use white embossing powder. And some Versamark. So stamp with Versamark, and then you can add the embossing powder and tap off the extra. And then this can funnel back into the jar. And we're going to use the heat tool to melt the powder. So let's get that out. And I just have to go around the table and plug it in on the other side. Here it is. Oh, knocking things off. Oh, did it get a little dimmer? I had to unplug a light. Okay, we're going to heat that up. If you've not heat embossed before, it's really fun to see how the powder kind of melts and changes into a raised image. All right, that looks good. I'm going to switch it back so I can have that light again. There it is. Okay. Da, 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 da. One other thing I wanted to add. So like usually I don't do so much layering, but this card is kind of fun because we are going to do some extra layering. We use that punch to punch that out. This is the Everyday Label punch, one of my favorites. And then we're going to add a doily. And I was thinking about the white doily, but you know, maybe we'll leave it off. We'll see how it comes together. But I do need to grab some ribbon. And also some classic matte dots. These are in the catalog with this suite. Okay, so we have some elements. Let's start with the card or the paper on the bottom. And we're going to go all the way across, and then there's a little bit of room at the top and the bottom. So this is, I believe, 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to do a little banner cut here. I use the tailored tag punch to do my banner tips. We're going to add a little bit of the denim ribbon, like I can't think. A little bit of the denim ribbon. We're going to do our thank you label. We're going to add the die cuts back in here. So we've got one up top, one on the bottom. So let's do those first. Tear and tape to hold them down. And I'm going to do a little more for the ribbon. And this is too wide. I started with 1 inch, but I think we need more like 3/4 of an inch. So let's trim that so it's not so big. Recut. That looks perfect. Then our tag's gonna go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Maybe we bring in like the smidgenest smidgen of this. I'm feeling inspired. Yes, I love that. Just a little bit. I wish that was a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna like tuck it up a little bit more. Okay. Love this. Now, I didn't use a whole lot to glue these down because I wanted to kind of let them be. But now that I have them where I want them, I'm going to add like a little bit of liquid glue to the ends to keep them from coming up. Just to kind of hold that down in place. Okay. I know that I'm hanging over the edge. We're going to use some scissors to cut that off. So I'm going to put these away before I lose them. And our last touch is going to be adding some of these classic matte dots. This is from the kit, right? This is in the, not the kit, it's in the suite. So we're going to add some of those dots. 3 is always a good number. Okay. All right. Oh, I know. I love the way that that turned out. I wasn't so sure, how it was going to go, but it turned out quite lovely, I think. Oh, so this is the, what's the name of the stamp set? Blessings of Home, and then the Heart and Home Suite. Oh my gosh, we've already now finished 3 cards for the evening. Let's take a quick review and you can tell me which one is your favorite. So leave a comment and let me know. We did the Butterfly Brilliance with the diagonal pop-up inside with the butterfly. Did you see that one? That was the first card we made. And then the second card we made was with the Garden Greenhouse. And then we have a little stamp on the inside there. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to stamp the inside of our blue card. Oh, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back with some white cardstock. Well, you guys want to watch that, don't you? Let's do that really quick. Leave a comment and tell me which of these is your favorite. While I am cutting a piece for the inside, I'm just going to do a quick 4 by 5 1/4 piece. And I'm going to stamp the flowers in cinnamon cider, just really quick, right along the bottom. I think it's going to be just perfect. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stamp on the back of my reminder about Paper Pumpkin. Tonight is the last night to sign up and get your free gift. tinyurl.com/getpaperpumpkin will take you to the site where you can subscribe to get this Paper Pumpkin kit, which will include the free gift. Now, if you're watching the replay and it's after Thursday, March 10th, you've missed the cutoff, my friends. I'm so sorry. So make sure that you do that tonight. Make sure you get in there. Okay, so there's the inside of this card, and we're going to glue it down just like that. I always try to remember to do the insides. I also need to work on doing the envelopes, which I could do the same thing. I could grab an envelope and just do the same thing on the envelope. But now we've got an inside. Everyone's got the inside stamped. All right, so check out the video description. I'll have the measurements. I'll have the handouts that I promised, these two that you can get for the butterfly card. But I hope that you enjoyed the cards that I shared today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I always love sharing with you every Thursday for Thursday Night Stamp Therapy, 7:10 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, we've got Sunday Stamping coming up at noon every Sunday. Our spot videos are every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. over on YouTube. Project Playback, 7 o'clock p.m. on Wednesdays. Did you guys see last night's video? Oh my gosh. Last night I shared the tutorial to make the floating pop-up card. I had not made one. And like, oh my gosh, I think the one I made before this was 2018, but the first time I made it was 2013, which was almost 10 years ago. This is so much fun. So I used the Hello Ladybug, and you can see this project tutorial on my YouTube channel, Wednesday Night Project Playback. So I hope you're enjoying all of my videos every week. I'm so glad that you guys are watching. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed tonight's video. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook so you don't miss out on future card making videos. Thank you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.